Hey, what's going on, Gem? So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I want to, cook with you guys. You guys can follow along. Nothing is by exact measurements. You just kind of play it by whenever you guys cook. I don't know if you guys are like that or not, but that's how I am. But anyways, so today I wanted to make ackee and saltfish. It's one of those Jamaican dishes. But my problem is I had saltfish, but there was an issue with it. I didn't want to ruin the whole flow of the day because I kind of got everything already prepared. So I know you can make ackee without the saltfish. Some people do or don't like it. It's really up to you guys. If you guys have it, then make it. If you guys don't, then you will be like me today, and we're going to add some tomato. Of course, we'll have onions and all that. But to compensate for the lack of the saltfish, I have a package of like fish cakes. So I've actually never tried like the fish cake like package, so I'm gonna try it. Something that's just like quick and easy, like a light meal package festival. So really easy, really simple. So nothing you have to like go out and like go crazy with, me needing flour to do any kind of dumpling or whatever. So I'm just trying to show other moms out there, anyone who is maybe just learning how to cook, just a kind of easier way, just to kind of try something different and kind of just use what's in your kitchen and just kind of make do with whatever situation that you have. Like for me, my saltfish is no longer, so I'm just gonna make do and still make this dinner come out correct. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, so we got some baby frozen tomatoes, and we have the red pepper, onion, some garlic. I chose to use canned ackee, but if you have fresh ackee on deck, go ahead and use it. Here are the package of vegetables and the fish cakes that we're going to be using for today's meal. Okay, so now in our pot, we're going to put some bay leaves in there. If you don't have any, then that's all right. We have some thyme, some olive oil. So we're gonna get that in the pot so I don't forget to obviously add them in. So now I'm gonna finally chop up some onions, and a very cool way, a little tip I'm gonna let you guys in on is when you guys are cutting up onions, stick out your tongue while doing so. I know it sounds stupid and you might look ridiculous, but trust me, it works. Your eyes will not water, you won't be crying, you'll still be able to see, no mascara running. Trust me, it really does work. Comment below if you guys know this trick or have tried it, and let me know how it works for you. Next, I'm going to finally chop the garlic. If you have a garlic crusher, then use it. I have one, but it recently just broke, so I've just been finally chopping garlic, which obviously works the same way. So I'm just cutting up some red peppers and frozen tomatoes, and they're only frozen just because I had some left over in the freezer that I wanted to finish up, and they're just as good as regular fresh tomatoes. So you can finally chop those as well and get them going on the side for when you're ready to put them in the ackee. So typically for this West Indian Jamaican dish, a lot of people can either make this with boiled dumpling, banana, fried plantain. You can make festivals or fried dumpling as well. So for me, I'm just going to do something a tiny bit different. Oh my gosh, your boy is awake, y'all. But I'm just going to try to do something a little bit different and just kind of show different ways of making it, because I've made it those previous ways. So I figured just for Kevin and I's dinner tonight, I would just do it this way with the saltfish fritter and with the festival. So it's not too different. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do make it out there, but like I said, this is just my way of doing it and improvising using what I have in our place right now. So once everything starts sauteing, you can feel free to add your tomatoes in, get it going with the onions and getting all, mixed in together and kind of creating a really nice flavor. And then you can slowly start adding your ackee in and adding in your ingredients that you like to typically use. Also, don't mind the ghetto-ness of the packaging of my some of my spices. You know, I'm still working on it, and some of them have containers, some don't. But anyways, as you guys can see, I had to go in twice with some of the ingredients. As you kind of go along, you kind of see what's needed more or less of. So you typically just have to kind of take a little piece and taste it to see what it is that you could be missing. So now, following along with the festival package, it just simply tells you to add water, and then you have to leave it covered with a damp rag for 15 minutes. So I like to time it exact just in case. You don't want it to go long. Say hi to the Jams. You just woke up. Look at you looking for some snacks. And what's going on? So once that is done, it did say to have a floured area just so you can roll your sections, and then you can lay them out to flatten before you fry them. So for the frying part, I like to use just regular vegetable canola oil opposed to using the olive oil. I've used the olive oil before, but I found that it can kind of burn for like when you have to fry things, so I like to just use just a vegetable oil. So just make sure you have enough and it's warm enough before you put your festivals in or fried dumplings, just because if you want to keep them golden brown and not let them get burnt. So I like to make sure that the oil is nice and hot, but on a low temperature, just so that it doesn't burn. So now you can actually put the festivals in, and then you just kind of monitor them until they're golden brown on each side, and just turn them periodically to make sure that it's evenly cooked and not burned. So I like to have ready my plate with a paper towel on there in order to pick up each vegetable once they're coming fresh out the pot, to kind of soak up the excess oil. So once you do that, then you can move them on to your next plate or to whatever container that you're going to be putting them in. So now for the fish cakes, I just decided to just use the same bowl. Nothing wrong with that. It's the same type of batter, type of ingredient. So based on what it says here, you just kind of have to put it all in, and then you add 2 cups of water. But I had missed that, and I somehow just read 1 cup. So I put half a cup at first, and then I realized, and I'm like, it's not sticking together. So I went and put more, but I don't know if it's because I did it gradually, but I had to end up adding a little bit of flour in order to kind of help thicken it up, because I thought it was like way too liquidy. So once that's done, you just leave it for about 10 minutes. I guess it's just supposed to kind of thicken the batter. And then after that, once your oil is nice and hot, you get to use it And once your oil is nice and hot, you just use dollops of a tablespoon and you just kind of plop it into the hot oil. But for this, you have to make sure you have a lot more oil. So it's about, I think it was half an inch. I was trying to measure with my pinky to kind of make sure I got it right. So once you put that into the hot oil and it's kind of per dollop, you just kind of let it fry until golden brown, and they kind of end up like clumping together and like forming itself into like a little shape. But for me, I'm not too sure if they were supposed to be thicker because mine came out a little bit flat even when I tried to add more batter to each, but nonetheless they came out all right. So now this is the finished product of just the ackee and no saltfish. So here are our festivals and our fish cakes. So with the fish cakes, you can actually have added saltfish to it to make it an actual saltfish cake, which would have been really nice if I had it. But nonetheless, it turned out really good. Kevin seemed to love it. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. And if you guys like this type of video, then also let me know and I'll be sure to do more. So thank you guys so much for liking, watching, and subscribing, and until the next video, y'all, peace.